them being EMP'd, so I guess it's not too terrible of an option. And he has seen Broodlords out of SUGGY before, so maybe he is expecting the same sort of turtle and tech option from him. But he does have quite a lot of Archons here now. This might be the most Archons I've ever seen at one time. Like 6 Archons is a lot of Archons, and these Zealots do not have leg upgrades just yet, as has actually not started researching, so I shouldn't say just yet, they just don't have them at all. Ooh, Archons, Ultralisks out now finally, getting that armor upgrade. It's actually nearly done, so Az is going to want to move here relatively soon. He moves in. Can't really tell what's happening because there's so much random stuff here that I'm not used to seeing, like Archons versus Ultralisk. Looks like the Ultras are going down faster than the Archons. All those Zerglings basically melt to the remaining Dark Templar and Archons. These Archons are actually going down now to the Spine Crawlers and etc. Down to just 1 Archon. That one's going to blow up. 2 Stalkers left against 2 Ultralisks. No brainer who's going to win that fight. So wow, SUGGY able to repel that attack with a lot of Speedlings, some Ultras, some Sunkens, and a Queen. All his Sunkens are uprooted right now. Oh, he's just moving. That pylon's still there for Az. He is fortifying his 3rd expansion with another... Oh, he had to blow up his forge to get out. Totally missed that. But, what you doing, Az? You got a lot of Stalkers there. There's no air to really contend with, so unless you're able to micro away from those Ultras very well, you could be in trouble, actually. And you're not paying attention. You don't have your units selected now. Now you do, but it's a little bit late, and you do not have Blink. Otherwise, you'd be able to do some fancy Blink micro. But it looks like these Ultras and Speedlings are just going to get the most of you. And... got more Stalkers here reinforcing the 3 Ultras. Look how fast they are now, just unupgraded. There's no upgrade anymore. They're just as fast as Zerglings already. Standard out of the box now. And they're going to chase this probe, and they're going to locate the 3rd expansion. Oh, what is going on? There's a split force here now. He warps in all his units to save his 3rd expansion, whereas his front wall Stalker defense is gone. And these Dark Templar, great choice. There are no Overseers anywhere nearby. SUGGY is forced to retreat. He doesn't want to lose his big, huge, expensive Ultralisks to the Dark Templar, and this cannon almost goes down to some Lings trying to support for SUGGY. But SUGGY, running off of 3 bases, Az now actually caught up. So let's take a look over at the income. It looks like Az is actually ahead on minerals and way behind in gas. That is probably just because the difference in extractors. Az still has 2 extractors hanging out here with no probes in them. So actually that should be evening out as soon as Az realizes. Or, you know, he may not need the gas. He is quite ahead on minerals at the moment, though, so more gas lets you spend more efficiently. But SUGGY now with 7 Ultralisks and that Overseer tagging along this time. He does not want to lose his Ultras to DT. DT actually denying an Expo there. That drone had to cancel, and the DT is forced to run away. DTs look like they're either faster than the Ultras, or these Lings were getting caught up in the Ultra's legs, and the DT was able to slip away as a result. But Az massing all these Zealots, all these Stalkers, over at his main, I guess you would call that a bottleneck, but Dark Templar hanging out on the cliff, you don't have range, sir. But, you know, here come the Ultras of SUGGY, and they just rip through buildings. They have 5 armor. Man, that's going to be rough for Az. He's trying to warp in some DTs. He's going to need to try and focus down this Overseer with his Stalkers, but his units are so spread out now. These DTs are going to fall very, 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 very quickly to the Ultralisks, and he's not focusing the Overseer, so any Dark Templar will be pretty much useless. 1 Ultralisk does go down for SUGGY. He's got 8 more. Down to 7 now. Az trying to keep it fancy as Ultras just break down his front door. Az does have the Stalker blink now, so he is going to be able to micro around and warp in just tons more stuff. What is all this? Stalkers? Man, lots of Stalkers. Good counter to Ultras because they are melee. The Stalkers do have the mobility advantage. They are really grinding down these Ultras pretty quick, but the Ultras do manage to take out that Nexus and all the probes of Az, as well as that rebuilt Forge. So Az down to no Forges now, and a handful of Stalkers as a main force. And ooh, he's gonna... Oh, I hope he can get this blink off and kill this Ultralisk with 38 health. this DT is going to continue chasing forever. Oh, and all these speedlings now are pretty good against stalkers, so he's going to need to do some efficient blinking. Oh, that's good. I like that because it blocks up the ramp, limits the melee coverage of these speedlings and ultralisks, but when he blinked back a second time, kind of got rid of that advantage. But look at all these ultras still, one of them very hurt, regenning slowly with 14 kills, and another one still pretty low, 105 health with 11 kills. More and more stalkers coming in now for Az. He's going to try and rebuild his third base, whereas SUGGY taking 2 more bases. He wants to stay ahead. He knows that he's got Az pretty much pinned right now. He wants to stay ahead with his ultra and speedling advantage. And this Overseer still just being so annoying that Az cannot warp in any Dark Templar. Ooh, he snipes the Overseer, and there's not another one nearby, so Dark Templar can actually come in now. He warps in 2 right away to try and cleave down, well, not cleave because they don't have a sweeping attack, but they do chop these ultras down pretty quickly. These stalkers are going to have to try and get fancy again with their blinking, or these ultras are pretty much just going to be huge roadblocks for Az trying to win this game. Stalker's running away there, but DT's actually wrangling, getting in the way of the Ultralisk. That one escapes with 8 life, 9 life. Is he gonna stumble? He does. Oh, but you didn't. Oh, where's the? There's no Overseer. There's the Overseer. Oh my! I didn't even see it. So, Az being forced to warp in more AA if he wants to keep up with his Dark Templar, just because this stupid Overseer keeps seeing all this stuff. And I'm gonna flip back to production because I have a feeling SUGGY's been doing things behind my back. He's been getting more and more Ultralisks. Actually, it looks Ultralisks and hatcheries are pretty much all he's doing. Looking at the production tab, I mean, he's mined out at his main. He still has some gas though. Az here with a sort of paltry force. A lot of stalkers, a lot of zealots, a couple of DTs trying to rebuild that third expansion again, that third base. So many hatches up now for SUGGY. He's, flirting with max population though, just because ultras take so much food. Az would benefit so much right now with some focus fire with health bars up. Look how many of these ultras are in the red, and that would just decrease his fighting force by so much if he'd be able to kill them. And these probes distance mining because he had to move them over. Oh man, that's rough. He's gonna lose a lot of probes in this fashion. Look how many ultras there are. There's 15 ultras. 15 ultras, and Az forced to GG under the weight of these 15 ultras. Good game to SUGGY.